All right. Gone live. I just restarted my machine, so it's taking me a little bit longer than usual to get back in here. I don't know what's going on. Oh, nonsense. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm live now, I think. I guess. I'm probably just talking to people that are watching the VOD. If you end up enjoying the VOD, if you haven't already, subscribe. Every little like that you click helps. You guys have been really engaged on the VODs. I appreciate it. The comments are awesome. We read them. We even clip them sometimes when they're super cool. Share them in Slack. Like, oh, look how sweet. Um, so yeah, appreciate the comments. Appreciate all the likes. Be sure to sub up. And that's about it. If you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't joined our Discord, do that as well. We're up to like 7,300 people. That's pretty tight. Olo, Pattis, Chinny D, Quixana, hello everybody. I just opened this tasty beverage. What a day, nonstop today since like 5:30 a.m. I'm gonna need this caffeine to have any bit of energy. I was able to get in a few hours of garden time. We're still in the like weed clearing planting phase, so that's exhausting. Uh, Chinny D, this is Aussie lemonade. Nice weather in Germany today, isn't it? Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really good. The weather's cleared up enough that we can finally get in and start getting the weeds out of the beds. Got some new raised beds built and filled with dirt and stuff like that. And just starting to get some planting going. What's up, Tannhauser? Sarenth. Hmm. Today was the first day that my shoulder pinged me a little bit. Just a couple little pings here and there. And it was weird because I don't think I did anything. It didn't bother me when I was doing the shit that I thought it would bother me doing. No. But all good. I'm just getting old. Quick Sound said, my seedlings are about ready for transplant. That is fun. Yeah, I've got a few more seedlings in our little we've got a nice balcony area. Is that really about like patio? Whatever. Got some stuff in there and then what's up, White Bandit? Lich. Lorraine, hello. Palette. D loves pudding says, is it just me or are you coming in quiet? It may be me. I'm looking at the I'm looking at the monitor right now and it looks like it may be a little bit quieter than normal. Is that I wonder what's up with that. I just restarted. Hey Feldane, Justin Beard. Olo said, isn't it funny how when you were younger you never thought you'd be excited for gardening? I definitely wasn't. Now I love my little garden out back. Yeah. Getting older is interesting. Hey Sleepy Druid. Alright, let's get in here. Ironically, I spent 2 hours yesterday pulling dandelions. Dude, we are so behind on that one. Our neighbors are giving us dirty look. Hey, Dragon. Oops. Got plans for the holiday tomorrow? More gardening? Yeah, I honestly, I want to try to get a little caught up on some work stuff. I'm really behind the last 2 weeks. So, but yeah, probably gonna hit the garden as well. Excuse me. That's horrible. So sad you missed Pattis's Twitch this morning? So really, 7 a.m.? That's so early? Oh, when was he trying to knock one out before? Pattis, were you streaming before you had to go to work? Trinity said, when you have this many windows on the screen for character creation, it reminds me of a D&D character sheet. Nice. That's not bad. That's a good thing. Tannhauser says, haven't seen them in a while, but the dwarf face beard looks great. Appreciate that. Is that UI new? I remember different from playtest. Looks solid. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of UI work the last little bit. Happy Wednesday to you, Swanee. Pattis said, I pushed yesterday's stream. I'm off today, but need to do grading today. Oh man, I feel for you. I'm gonna need this monster energy to kick in. Wow. I'm checking out D-Love's Pudding's dandelion salad recipe. It's got me tempted. Heaven knows we've got enough of it. Oh, hi there. And that's why there's a longer load screen usually. Hey Nick, let me bring up Slack and see what we're doing here. Level 13 feels a 65. You know what? Why did for some reason I was thinking higher level dude. I could rock my other guy at 13. He's already level 10. Yeah, let me just rock my other guy. Well, yeah, that'd be great. I was worried that the other guy would wind up getting leveled and geared. Hey, Dark Inside. And then it would kind of throw him off where he was. Let me just... It was a good demo of character creation for those guys that haven't been here in a while. Justice Lad 15 said, "This is somehow the best looking EQ like I've seen so far, and it's so early in development." Somehow? Well, it's not. It didn't just happen. It's being developed with love and care by individuals that love themselves some old MMOs. But hey, Justice Lad, thank you for that. It's very kind of you to say. I'm glad you're feeling it. As the kids used to say 20 years ago. I think the caffeine's actually starting to make its way into my system. Thank God. Thank goodness, because I'm tired, guys. Old men reliving the glory days. There's nothing wrong with that, Mortis. Serious. Drinking caffeine before bed. How you do that is beyond me. D loves pudding. I wind up getting up most mornings somewhere between 5 and 6 a.m. If I'm lucky, I'll find an opportunity to get an hour nap in during the middle of the day, but often, like today, no opportunity for that. So the caffeine is just keeping me awake long enough for me to actually climb into bed, at which point I do pass out. Now, if we wind up having a really good time or something weird happens or some shit's like on my mind, sometimes it maybe takes me a little bit to get to bed. So if I stop streaming at whatever, 11:30, then I'll be in bed by midnight. And then I do it again, right? So 5-6 hours sleep is not enough for me. But that's how it happens. They're making more glory days, not reliving it. Justice Lad, welcome to the stream. We like the way you think already. All right. This is my semi-legit character. Bjorn's gonna be sad he missed the Dwarf Fest. Yeah, but it sounds like Bjorn's having a good time IRL. Adept. Good. Nick's leading the party, so that means it'll work. Hey, Zukin. What else we need? Skill 65. He's probably raiding people's fridges for birthday cakes anyways. Oh, that was him, wasn't it? Yes. Bjorn is the cake thief. I remember that conversation. Do I have... Weapon shield. I'm good. I think I've got everything. For change. Open shield up. It is up. I should have known that just by the little glow down there. So did you guys figure it out? Is D-Love's pudding, is he full of shit? Or are my voice levels low today? Can you get the campfire audio file for your white noise machine, please? Remind us and we'll see if we can put something up on YouTube as like a 5-hour loop or something that you can use. Oh, that bug's still here. How did the fighter get that class icon? Yeah, I don't know. Because it wasn't this way the other night. The other night I had the normal one unless I was looting. Fighters like books. They can't read, but they like them. I like the way they feel. Fighters just like to rub their face on them. Something funny is happening with the loading. Key said he pushed a fix. Keys. Well, I should have had Jasmine grab another Monster Energy while she's out. Tomorrow's a holiday. I could drink 2 monsters back to back and see what happens. Got the feeling I'd wind up getting myself in trouble. Oh my god. I hope you guys don't mind another playtest. You guys good with playtest? Would you prefer I poke around and pretend to do work? I've got some of the. Would you prefer to playtest? Playtest is work. I prefer to playtest. I'm excited about playtesting and. Maybe later. Thank you. Jasmine bought ice cream. Playtests make you angry. Love the playtest. Still halfway through my rewatch of 4 hours of hot and heavy grouping with the team on voice chat. Who wouldn't like another crystal move size stream? I mean, we can always do that, Olo. I'm just letting you enjoy the ambience. The ambiance. While we have some time before other people hop in here with us, Let me look. Buff bar could afford to move a little bit so you guys can see what's going on there. We'll lock it right there. What else is going on? Everything else should be relatively legible for you. I guess I can move this up a little bit. You didn't check when I had my inventory open. Do I have the right backpack icon? Oh, let me see. I have a different backpack. Nuh-uh. Jasmine, did you give the puppy a snack? Okay, good. I'm just making sure that that horrible smell is associated with something that he's eating and death didn't just come in or something. Whoa, that's so bad. I just realized I never drank the alcohol that first gave me. Cooked goblin meat, gross. Raw goblin meat, even grosser. Raw goblin meat is dirty. Disgusting. Why am I trying to put that on there? Here. Hey, Simon. Let me check. Is anybody else coming in? Ivan's on his way in. Okay. He'll be in 5. Tomorrow is not a holiday in America, right? I forget. We don't get... Do we get Ascension Day off in the US? Oh, man. That's wild. Gotta ask, who the heck is this woman in the "Hey guys" reaction thing? It looks like my ex-wife and is annoying every time I see it. I'm so sorry. Well, there you asked for it. You know how our chat is. Hello, Angel. She was a Twitch employee. She used to work for Twitch. What happened to her? Hopefully nothing bad. Oh. We got ourselves a healer. Who's digitized and no longer exists in our reality. Rich people would pay good money for that. Do we have anybody else coming in? Anybody from the team, that is. Where is she going? Yep. So tiny. Wolfden, what is that? Playtest or run around and pretend to work? That's mainly what I do. Hey, Red Cloud. Interesting, we've got some new people in here today. Saw Pattis filling out Fallen Pass earlier. Zone is looking great. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. These little green cons here. They are no match for our dwarven might. Oh, my nose is tickling. Oh no. Whoa. Thank you. Thanks, Funny. Oh wow. There's more. I should have waited. If I knew we were... Oops, I shall attack. If I knew we were going to bring the entire room, I would have waited to burn my AE taunt. Officer Goose, I am playing a dwarf. Seen a few new names in here. Who's in here for the first time today? Anybody? I'm assuming we've got a few. No? No one's new? It's just your first time speaking? Angel, the blue flames are magic. That's how you can tell they're magic. They're blue. Oh. What is this guy? It's still green. Okay. Should try to interrupt that. LOH. Oh man, I'm almost out of monster already. The evening is just starting. I'm gonna have to slow it down. Time for another monster. Yeah, I wonder if Jasmine will actually break anyone. Probably not. And just think, if you're in here with us, we could be clearing the way down for you. We could be helping you break that camp previously. Justin said, I'm very happy with the weather today. Great green weather. You got your window open? Or you're not being facetious, are you? Nope, yellow con. Oh, cloudy, chilly, sudden downpour for no reason to convince me to stay inside after a morning walk. Alright, fair enough. Oh, there he is. There's my puppy. What's up, buddy? What's up, Joppa? I smell like a goat today, actually. If that's what you mean by goat, then you are 100%, you're completely accurate. This morning I was like, you know what? I'm not going to bathe because I'm going to go to the garden for a couple of hours when Jasmine gets off work and get some stuff planted before I need to come home and cook and stream and all that stuff. So I'm going to get home with enough time to bathe after the garden and then stream. I hate to inform you, that did not happen. Is that where the hay smell is coming from? If I wish. Hay would smell so much better than I smell at the moment. You're lucky my camera's not bad. Can you see how dirty I am? Can you see the filth on me? I think all game did have smell like goat a fair amount of the time. Oh. Especially with a completely remote team. Take advantage of the fact that we're not in the same room. It's all the hard work, pumping out content. It's true. Though, not me today. Smell-o-vision will never be a thing. I don't know, Zukin. There's some freaky people out there. Zinfar said, I opened the stream at a great time. Can you see how dirty I am? Oh, it's a continuation of Monday's stream. Risque. We got a little out of control on Monday. Some people really like that ogre sweat. I could see that being a thing. I could see that being a future request for sure. I just thought of the female ogre and felt a little guilty all of a sudden. Did we pineapple yet? Ollie, no we didn't, but we're getting close. Ollie, are you gonna be in here later? Or? Ogre sweat in a vial that drops on their corpses would be a good crafting item. Odie, that is a good idea. Don't let us forget that one. Oh, you are. You're the shaman. Sorry, I was looking for Kama Sade. Primus said, "Oh wow, new character paint looks great. Appreciate it." We had a bug on Monday where every time I looted, I was seeing the book. We're starting to like concept out the little animated 3D icons. And I was seeing the book. I'm a fighter, right? But something got updated, and now I'm seeing the book, and then I'm seeing the fighter one when I loot. Kind of wild. And I'm not seeing myself. I guess that broke. Oh well. Stuff be breaking sometimes. Yeah, it shows the correct one when you loot. Now, I don't know if it shows the correct one when you loot, Zukin, or if it just shows the other one, because we've got two, right? So, I don't want to misspeak. Oh my god, oh my god. I put my fingers down in the wrong place again. I almost auto ran right into those ghosts. I'm gonna be very curious to see if I get the prosthetic that I want, and two, when I do, if I can stop doing this. I did not order those rubberized WASD caps yet. I don't know that I'm going to. I'm gonna be honest with you, Odie. Watch where you put your fingers or someone might cut one off. Too soon. How dare you? No, it's not too soon. It's fine. Hilarious. You can make all the finger jokes you want. Pineapple. Oh, goodness. My grandpa lost 4 of his fingers to a saw blade. I meme on him all the time. Oh man, it's gotta be tough. What's going on? Let me see her hair. Okay. From this angle and distance, she kind of got a 5 head going on, but then when I zoom in, she looks normal. Ow. Ow, she said. What just happened? Okay, did she go down or she flee? Oh, I need auto attack. No, she fled, huh? I hear her. Oh, we got ads. Are they conning? Okay, those are drones. Did we get trained? Is that what's going on? Oh my god. Maybe that was not the move. Holy shit. So much grunting? It's a lot of grunting. Mana bars are looking kind of empty right now. Legit corpse run. Yeah, we should legit corpse run. I'm now level 12. Okay, while I'm zoning, were the levels too crazy? Was that okay for you? I know it was a lot of grunting. I know some of you are sitting in your office right now. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. Grunt harder than you almost out of mana. Yeah. Enoch said one of the best experiences we had last playtest was in a dungeon. We all died and a rogue dragged all of our corpses to the entrance. Were you a part of that? Were you part of that group? I think Goblin was in a group. It sounds like one of Goblin's groups where there was a wipe and a rogue saved the day. Who was the rogue though? Quixana, that's right. I was thinking it was Quixana. A jam feed or something. Oh, different one. Good. Olsen said, music sounding Twin Peaksy. Yeah, it was oddly enough the inspiration. Odie asks, what has been your / the team's overall thoughts on working in the Unity engine? It's working in an engine. So far so good. It's not bad. Not bad. It's I can just give you, you know, from my point of view, whether we were working in one engine or the other, the way that our database is set up and our tools are integrated, it probably would have been the same no matter what we're working on or working in. When we first started, it was the engine that Ollie was most comfortable with us getting going the fastest in. And so far, I think he's happy enough. Because so I've worked in a few engines over the years, and there's always issues with every engine. No engine's perfect. What? We cheated. Next wipe we should have to do a legit CR. Yeah, when I worked on DC Universe, we were using Unreal 3. We were pretty early adopter of Unreal 3. At the time, it was us and Huxley were the two MMOs being developed in Unreal 3. And during the initial prototyping, it was awesome as a designer to be in Unreal because I could use Kismet and Matinee and prototype the shit out of everything. The second we started to make it the engine that we're going to use for real for an MMO, most of that functionality was gutted. Right, so it wound up, we sat around for no bullshit like a year writing documents and having design meetings while we were trying to get design tools back online. So this development cycle has actually been super cool because I think we've basically been in a state where we're working on something or implementing something or having working tools and a playable build like from week one, and it's just been that way the whole time. So the occasional week where something's a little wonky, but Olsen, it's just for the zone. The backstory on the zone was one where when you know, when Robert was like, what would be good inspiration for the music for this zone, I tossed out like, hey, what do you think about the Twin Peaks intro, that kind of like melancholy vibe? And the fun thing about Robert is you can throw out inspiration, like what about blah blah blah, and it'll be the weirdest shit, and he'll be like, oh, that's great, and then go do something cool. So how many Sean and Juice TPK wipes have I missed? I didn't get us wiped. I was actually probably the hero of that last wipe. Please take knockback off your bar. The only time you will see a wipe that's not my fault, Ollie, I find that offensive. Quicksana, you did hear your name. I'm going to go all the way back to that last topic. You were the rogue that saved the day in one of Goblin's groups that wiped. Playtest a while back. And Pattis, no, I wasn't saying that it was Goblin's groups always wipe. I just remember that specific one because it was such a cool one to watch. It was one of those classic like corpse recovery. Everybody's tired. Everybody's like ready to be done. And they just want to get their corpse, if I'm remembering correctly. And it's like, oh shit, is it gonna happen? And then the rogue saved the day after getting fed false directions by Goblin, who is very, very confident that he knew exactly where the corpses were. That was one of the best parts of the video. Goblin's like, I'm an expert at this. Quicksana said, I felt bad how long people had to wait at that hour, but I kept getting lost in twists and turns. But you pulled it off. That was epic. Goblin said, I got humbled pretty quick. Dude, it was such a beautiful video though, because you're just like, nope, that's it, right? In your confident Goblin voice, you're like, nope, this is absolutely the way. Yeah, okay, I recognize this. Perfect. This is absolutely the way. And then it's like, they should be. Wait a second, huh? Oh, I have no idea where you're at. I forget, how were you doing it though? Like, how are you helping Quicksana navigate? Was it like a stream or something? Because I just remember you giving giving directions. My fingers were in the wrong place again. I was half right. Someone said that's a Goblin map merchant. We tried sharing my screen just for I think, but it kept freezing up. That's okay. That makes sense. Because I was like, is it screenshots? I remember it not being like fluid. Hey, John. Sorry I missed you when you came in. Annoying Llama, I am playing a fighter. Angel, have a great day at work. Darn it. I love it. Oh my gosh. I need it. Oh my god, band-aid down. Are you guys parking them at all? Am I hitting auto attack at all? Oh my god, weapon shield is off because I died and I didn't think to put it back on. Thank you, Chip. Oh. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I was totally not even going to read chat during that. Justin said, Robot, remember when I said we didn't have any Mexican food in my town? Well, Velocity is allowing rotating food truck starting June 7th. Oh, nice. Hopefully they'll be affordable, though. Some of those food trucks are so expensive. On the hunt for burrito for sure. Man, you made me think of the other day you were talking about Taco Bell. I just want like an old school bean burrito. I remember back when bean burritos were like 59 cents. What do they cost now? Something ridiculous, huh? Thanks, Annoying Llama. Here, what does weapon shield do? You asked earlier. I opened it so that you could read it because I wasn't going to pay attention. Activate to use your weapon to help shield attacks, reducing damage against you by 10%. There was... What's up, Brent? Bean burrito, cheese burrito with giant cup of salsa. Man, I really do miss those old bean burritos. When's the next playtest? Information on that will be going out soon. Very, very soon. Very soon. Or at least a hint. But it's not that far off Southfall. Monthly update. Yeah, it's running a tiny bit late. I probably would have sent it before I started streaming today, but I was running late. So the update will go out tomorrow. It'll be posted tomorrow early. So late your time probably. I'd post it right now, but we're playing, and then usually what we do is it's just easier for everybody to read it on the team, read it really quick, and you know, like mention all the typos and shit in Slack, and then I'll just go in and fix them. But we can't do that right now, can we? Blame the tardiness on Nick personally? Dargith, you can do that. It absolutely wasn't his fault, but you can definitely blame him. There was a question I meant to answer. Nick said, I was in half an hour early. You take that back. Yeah, Dargith, you take that back. I was defending you, Nick. You know how Dargith is. It's critical during this playtest. This playtest is interactive, guys. You can be our 7th man. And all you have to do is go into the emotes, find this one, and whenever I'm standing in a pile of mobs and you don't see this flashing over here, you can let me know that I should hit auto attack. Is Band-Aid a cleric? His nameplate doesn't have the class level breakdown like the others. It does. It's right here. CLR 12 Band-Aid. What does it mean if the name is green? It means that they are flagged as a GM. What do you think about having a citywide faction that changes based on the combined faction of all the players in the zone? A bunch of sketchy people show up in town, some vendors may go home and charge more. A bunch of heroes show up, parties galore, streets like Mardi Gras. We kind of, we talked a little bit about the idea of one of the cities being something where we play a little bit more with it being slightly more dynamic based off of player participation, but not Night Harbor. Night Harbor, on the other hand, will continue to evolve to have more obviously divergent factions, and so there'll be three primary factions for you in Night Harbor, and then other smaller factions. That way you get a little bit of that faction game going on, even just within the city. What do you think about using your Delta Sky Miles to pay for your monthly subscription? How hard is that to implement, Swanee? What did Breaker say? CLR just indicates that someone is a sentient bottle of calcium, lime, and rust remover. We don't have that over here. I haven't heard that brand name. Is it a brand name? I haven't heard that product name in forever. Are there spells, abilities, items that may be locked behind progressing specific factions? Yes, though probably more on the item side. Oh, I got my level back. Dosman. But that'll really just come down to, you know what? If you're saying broadly, yes. The hope is to have a little, you know, a little bit out there of each of those. But with regards to just the, just Night Harbor, we'll see the ones in there. Though, two of them were pretty big factions. No one told me to put auto attack on. You're not helping me. Oops. Yeah, Dargith. It'd be cool when we start getting the religion in, then religious system and factions and yeah. Oops. Just like that. Thankfully, Nick used all caps. I wasn't paying attention. Oh. No, and I'm not busting your balls either. I looked over, it was just kill the knight. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe. Okay. Looks good. On it. I missed a question up here earlier. Like I saw it go by and then it like took off on radar. I apologize. It was a decent question. Shit, I can't find it now. That Knight lesser heal does full heal on him, but isn't only 30 hit points on a player, McCarran said. No, it might have said that it was a lesser heal or whatever, but it's lay on hands. Isn't that a bug? Raw human meat off a ghost. Oh, the LOH is insta-cast after the heal. That's right. But I forget, is there a pattern there on the heal LOH, or is it just whenever the knight's going to LOH, it's going to LOH? At low hit point, if you interrupt the heal, he's locked out. Okay. I thought there was something like that mentioned the other day. Glurky, thank you for the raid. We're just playtesting again tonight. A little group of us. It's been nice. We've been getting more playtests in with the team lately, and it's a lot of fun. The game deving goes good. This week and last week, on my end at least, have been a little slow. I've had a lot of IRL going on, so not quite as much game deving as I'd like, but the team is continuing to knock things out. Enjoying the gameplay streams? Right on. I've got a few more from the last week or two that need to get up on YouTube. I just got those pulled down and uploaded this afternoon or this morning or whenever. So I'll get those up as well. But if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, then they're already up. Gorky said, can I ask a totally nosy self-serving question? Have y'all considered adding any sort of skill chain mechanic like they had in Final Fantasy XI? I remember one time being in a brainstorm session and someone had mentioned that. And that someone was maybe me. We haven't discussed it that I know of. I said we don't at the moment really have a plan for something like that. Yeah, because I mean, having it be explicit as opposed to just there being opportunities for fun interplay between skills. It feels like there's a little bit more opportunity for emergence in the latter rather than the former. Could be me talking out of my ass, though. Look, Mom, I got an arrow. Stunned him right at the end. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody dun, up on a while. The game's really looking good. Thank you, Glurky. I'm glad you stopped by and brought some friends. Negotiator looked really great. Love you, Spectral Dude. Yeah, and if I had to guess, if you look, it's a bit bright in here. we've been making some adjustments on. We've been for the last like 5 months. We've been playing around with some different stuff on the lighting side of things, and we've got to come back in and basically get. Once we get that locked, we've got to come back in and get all the zones retweaked, and then once the lighting in the zones is retweaked, we'll probably be looking at some of the things like ghost shaders, etc., to make sure that they're working well. Are those blue particles a healing spell? Yep. Shouldn't the light in the Skelly's eyes fade out after they die? Yeah, we've talked about that. It'd be really cool if when they died, the light not only fade out, but 2 little wisps of smoke in our like effect style, they went and wisped out of their eyes, like their souls were leaving. That'd be super tough. We'll have Zukin add that to his never-ending list. Zukin, 2 little wisps of smoke. When the skeletons die, 2 little wisps of smoke in our style go like their souls are leaving their eye sockets, and then their eyes fade. Very critical. It's very critical that you put that at the very bottom of the list somewhere. New Mud Command, inhale smoke. The deep dwarves. The deep dwarves will pull their little straw out. Random question, but with the work that was done to show equipment on skeletons, is there a reason you don't seem to use that more in Wormsbane? The equipment showing on skeletons is based off of what they have, actually what they're gonna drop. So it's not like we're going in and setting the skeletons up to show the equipment in here. It's just if they're happening to have it, then they'll wear it. In some future areas, we may set up some skeletons to be wearing gear, but then they may not drop that gear. So that's something that we have to talk about, that inconsistency in terms of like making the skeletons look a little more badass, but then not actually dropping what they're showing. You just thought you'd see tattered armor on them more? Yeah. That's more of a byproduct of the tuning of their drop tables, which we've been playing around with a bit. Expect that as we get as we work towards early access and have other stuff like crafting online and do iterations of like balance passes for crafting, for drop, etc., you'll probably see this stuff change a fair bit from time to time. Customizable guild tabards, yay or nay? Maybe? Well, tabard, probably not. But the ability to display a custom guild coat of arms or icon or whatever somewhere, maybe. Goblin asks, will our heal spells eventually get class treatment? Like clerics full heal will be yellow and holy, druids being nature and green. We should probably talk about the approach that we want to have there. Because doing everything class-based, we have a lot of classes. I think we could get a little... It could turn into a fair amount of work and maybe not produce the effect that we actually think it will, as opposed to like spell schools or spell types or whatever, even across different classes. But it's a conversation to have. Hey, Matrix Hunter. Speaking of matrices. Yeah, McLoss. It's been nice just getting in and playing some. No helicopters today, just blue skies. Good to know that they're not after you today. It's been nice getting in and playing some. He says to the starting message, listen, we're doing this to make sure that the game is as good as possible when you finally get in. How do you pronounce Aetheril? just like that. Bjorn said he's on holiday, so play test tomorrow. Oh, that would be so cruel. That'd be horrible. Pattis should get to pronounce everything the first time, and however he pronounces it, it becomes canon. Pattis, are you up for that pressure? Someone says, I almost don't want to watch playthrough stuff. No spoilers. Still use it for background noise. Well, if it makes you feel any better, we tend to, in a 3 to 4 hour playtest. I not only have auto attack on, but I've basically burned everything I could burn to get her on me. Oh, we got pops. I got the feeling that we cheated a little bit this end, if I had to guess. Ah, sorry. Does this entire attempt count as the true name, or just a discrete section of this attempt? Dylan, what do you mean? Oh. Does his entire attempt count as the true name, or just a discrete section of his attempt? I know what you're talking about now. Pattis's pronunciations. Do we include his apology in the true name? We're not going to do that to Pattis. That would be mean. Make them all harder to kill for launch. Yeah, I mean, that's the standard approach, right? That's the way I used to tune raids. I would get it tuned as good as I thought I could get it tuned, and then I would just increase the difficulty by 10%. Sketchby said, do the different eye colors on skeletons mean anything? Yeah, different, I believe it's like different classes have different colors at the moment. Heard in a VOD that the mountain texture was a work in progress. Thought it was finished. Love how it is. Thulon, no. Players will always make things trivial faster than you think. I believe if even worm spinning stays the same, players will have knowledge from just testing, watching streams to make things easier than if they didn't. Yeah, of course. Oops. I don't know what I did that. At this point in development, what would you say is the most difficult part of the job for you? Ollie said not spilling the beans on stream. Staying awake. I think that's fair as well. More serious answer. I would say we're at a stage where we've got a clear long-term target, right? We're working towards early access, and so looking at how we've broken out what we want to have ready for early access and what we want for the first update, like our first big release after we go live. I'd say, I don't know that's like a difficult thing per se, but one of the things that becomes more of a focus is just looking at that work and trying to ensure that we're able to both keep on track and then update our plan as we go, right? And not get distracted here and there. Because it's one of those things where if we miss some of our target dates, it's not the end of the world. We've factored in a lot of let's fight her here. We've factored in a lot of buffer, but I need to pull, please. Are we ready? Let's see. Jesus, beating my ass. That was tough. Alright, so essentially going back to what I was saying before, I think one of the it's not necessarily, like I was saying, it's not like a super hard challenge. It's more of just something that we've got to maintain discipline on. Is if we miss a date here and there, then it's not the end of the world. But if we find that we're kind of consistently not just staying on top of things, and it's less a worry about like we're pushing hard and we realize we've got the wrong estimate or something happens, we miss a date. But it's just that there is, even with a goal ahead of us, like EA, it's far enough out that we can find that if we don't just kind of stay tight week to week, month to month, then we'll wind up eating through our buffer. And instead of converting that buffer time that we have into additional buffer to account for whatever weirdness is going to happen when we go live, or using it to get ahead on even more module 1 stuff, then we'll basically just come in hot, and there's no need for that. And then the biggest sort of like I saw it come up, but I saw someone make a comment about I'm sure they're joking, like wizard cloak. I've got a dope cloak though. Not that dope. I've got a haste cloak. AC 5, bunch of ones, hit point, and mana. I would feel guilty if I got another cool item this stream, so I'm going to pass. Corbett said, I think showing that you're delivering on what you're trying to do, as you have so far, creates so much goodwill from people following the game that delays aren't going to be met the way they are with a lot of other games. I mean, at the end of the day, we'll just update you as we go, and if you don't like the response, I don't know what to tell you guys, but we won't bullshit you. We'll just kind of tell you how it's going, and then if for some reason it's not going well, then you'll know why and all that. So Gary Garrican? Is that correct? Did I pronounce it correctly? Yeah, we've got crits in the game. We've actually got a class that does a lot with crits. Check out our Spellblade class, if I'm not mistaken. I thought the radius on that was much looks much bigger. Sorry about that. Well, alright, that was easy enough. I want to like this game, but the character models look like big blobs on screen, Valkron says. Well, they're not going to change very much, so... You can either commit to liking the game, or... I don't know. Follow something else. And what about Dark Elves? Do humans look like big blobs to you? Not being a jerk, but is your stream setting very low? Oh, you're talking to Valkron, or? I was like... That looks like a blob to you. Well, I mean, ignore my silly helmet beard combo at the moment. Oh, that looks like a blob. Help me understand what you're seeing. The elemental is kind of blobby, but the back looks very hunched over like your grandma, that's all. Look like a blob. I looked up blob in it. Wait, so does it look like your grandma, or does it look like a blob? Does your grandma look like a blob? She does? Are you okay with your grandma though? Like, if you're given the opportunity to visit grandma, would you visit grandma? The humans look better. So if you're playing a human, will you like the game, or is it just if you're around dwarves, you'll not like the game? Well, that's a very different sentiment. Are you okay with playing the game and just hating dwarves? You think you are? Okay, good. I think that's fair. And if anything, You despise all short races. Well, fuck. There we go. I think it's a feature, not a bug. I think the more we make dwarves, and I don't know what's going on with her face, but it's terrifying. The more we make short races hideous to you, or not even hideous, the more we make short races just, you see them and you just get pissed off. You just turn into Kyle after Monster Energy, and you just like see red and get pissed off. The better off we are. Yeah, play PvP. There you go. There you go. We're getting somewhere. I was worried that you weren't going to like the game. Now it sounds like you're going to love the game, Valkyrie. I can't wait until Deep Dwarves are in. They're going to be even blobbier. You're going to be so pissed off when you see them. But as long as you channel that anger into enjoyment, though I've got to wonder about whether or not it's healthy for you to be this angry at dwarves and then associate them with Granny. Are there graphical upgrades happening in the future? There'll be some things changing in the future. Some textures may change, some lighting may change. Hey, Jason. But what kind of upgrade are you thinking of? There's some weird stuff going on. Better lighting, textures, character models. The general, like this texture style, if you're not into it, it's not gonna change. We may swap out some textures, but like this style, it's not gonna change. Lighting we are working on, but generally speaking, it's gonna be in a ballpark. And then character models, will be adding more character models. We'll be tweaking here and there. We'll be making sure that this hideous looking thing right here doesn't look like that in the future. But generally speaking, what you see is what you get. I mean, I think I've been saying for a little while now that it's very likely that we'll hit a point where a certain reality will set in for different people in the community, where they, I think maybe what Goblin says, I think Robot is underselling our textures. Screen space curvature and screen space AO will do a lot with the new lighting. Yeah, that's a mouthful. I said lighting's going to improve, but the general texture style is the texture style, right? Are you planning on EQ style dungeons where you can camp an area, or WoW style instances where you crawl the dungeon? The gameplay that you're seeing here is very much what we'll be doing. So it'll be more of a EQ style. Well, not more of a. We're very much a camp-based game. Yeah, Goblin, I'm not trying to undersell the textures. I don't think I'm as fluid with the terminology as you are. So I will say this is our general texture style, and then we'll be improving the lighting. I think the best way to do it though is just to get that stuff in game finally, and then people will see it. And then we're not talking about it, we're showing it. That's what I'm excited for. You just pulled a Sean, what did you do? Did you actually run auto run? Will this game be available on Steam? No, it will not be. Not for the foreseeable future. Agreed, let's show it. Some of the stuff we did a couple months back. Some of the stuff we did a couple months back with the buildings at Night Harbor versus treatment this has right now, very different is all. No, I absolutely agree. It's just hard to, I think, one, I won't even use the right terminology. But then two, I think explaining to people's, I tend to use generalities because it's just easier to be like, it will improve. I can point people to the update potentially where you can see the difference, but ultimately, rather than point to updates or talk about it, I think we just have to go, hey, you can check back in a few months and then see what you think about it. I wasn't sold on a dwarf model. Seeing them in armor, 100% sold. And that's nice to hear. here. Thanks for the link, Goblin. So yeah, this is the stuff that's supposed to be coming online sometime soon. Right, you see how flat everything looks? So we posted this. This was from what update? November, December. Got this going and then have kind of gone off into exploration on a few different things in terms of lighting and shaders, etc. And the hope is that sometime soon we'll have this AO, etc., all in all of the various zones, and we've done, yeah, and then we'll have the AO and stuff in the various zones along with a lighting path. Concerning the looks of items, are you guys going more like EQ or looking cool as rewards, status from rating, completing epic quest, or hanging out at really cool camp? Or more like WoW where you can look epic at level 5. Your epicness will definitely be earned. Take a look when the update gets posted tomorrow. Take a look. We've got some new armor concepts that are showing some lower level stuff. So I believe that's correct. Let me look. Yeah, that's correct. Dark Inside, I'm sorry that happened to you. Free snakes, no. I don't. Can enchanters charm? Yes, they can. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Fielder said, afternoon. We did this camp during the last playtest. Is there a named here? We never saw one. Sure looked like a thoughtful one. Yeah. We just killed her a little bit ago. Developer Dad says, I remember in EQ how it felt to go from being naked to patchwork to banded to bronze to class armor, cobalt, for example, warrior to plain armor. Each one of these levels felt rewarding. I hope to experience something like that again. Yeah, that sense of there actually being a real investment to the progression. One of our guys has had some internet problems. What don't I have? Does it look like I'm out? I'm out of zone. Nope. Your bar looks normal. Oh, guess not then. Oh wait, I have Steam Viz. Sean doesn't. I don't know what they're talking about. Oops. This is down the road, but how do you intend to handle the gear treadmill with expansions update? Like, will you move up the level cap periodically, like what EQ did? I think those are two separate things. Will we up the level cap? My hope is that we don't find ourselves going that route where we're occasionally upping the level cap 5 levels or whatever. It's just kind of like a gimmick, especially if they really don't have like a meaningful impact. I mean, we're going to spend a fair amount of time after we launch early access just getting things to the 1.0 version of the game. If we've accounted for headroom properly in our progression scheme, then in theory we've got the opportunity to continue to put in gear that's part of a power progression curve that we've already accounted for, and we just continue to work through that headroom that we've allocated for sort of in-game elder game progression to keep things interesting. You'll see a lot more horizontal progression with regards to gear availability instead of just strict like vertical progression of power. And I think, you know, I say a lot of this stuff sort of hesitantly because I'd much rather us be on like a group voice when we talk about shit like this, so that we can kind of go back and forth when I give a response. But I think we're also a little more comfortable with the idea that power progression is finite, character progression is finite in our game, and we'll be talking a little bit about like how long we expect that to go for in terms of playtime. But we're very much a game that's going to encourage you to play alt, to not expect 25 years of like progression. It's one of the things that we see with P99, for example. Right, there's pretty finite growth. We know where P99 is going to be cut off at. It's still a very enjoyable game, and one that we enjoy replaying. Docron said, I don't like P99 because you hit a wall and you can never come back to it. Okay. You've got a pretty big list of things you don't like. You love EQ? EQ Live or not P99, apparently. Yeah, I mean, it's a good game. I think there are going to be some folks that are going to find that like an EQ Live is better suited for them. Really? That's the one time that's when the kick doesn't work. That's when the kick misses. Alright. Like I said, I like Pantheon 2 when it comes out looking better. Awesome. Howdy, how's the game feeling today? The game's feeling good. The rhythm of the playtest is a little off. Feels a little different today. But I think that's probably because Nick's actually having to do some work. It's the camp? No, I think it's... Yeah, maybe it's the camp, but it kind of seems like we're... Well, I mean, we had a little bit of a roster change earlier. We've got one person that's having some technical difficulties. Yeah, it's just the rhythm tonight feels a little different. Zukin said maybe lack of amazing monk pulls. That's true. Where are you, Zukin? Matrix Hunter asks, are you going to stick with that font in chat because it looks nice but seems a little hard to catch the words? We like it so far, yeah. What's up, Hidden Tree? Is it easier for you to read now? Justin says, I know I just paid off one of my credit cards, but I kind of want to just blow it up with a bunch of milkshakes from our local place. If you're going to max out a credit card, I think milkshake is definitely the way to do it. That's not financial advice. But I definitely understand. No worries, no need to apologize, Nicodemus. We're doing good. How are you doing, buddy? You hanging in there? Now you have me wanting a milkshake. Are you able to stretch the boxes too? Yes, you can do that already. We'll have more customization in later, but you can definitely stretch the box. Yes, sir. Still a bit hectic on my end. Should be settled by Friday. Well, there's no rush, and because I can only imagine. No rush to get back to us, dude. What have you missed? We got beat up pretty badly a couple times earlier. That was absolutely my fault. Why does Stab's tune look like Nightmare Fuel? I think he was doing something weird with, like swapping like models or something earlier. I tried reloading them to make them look less hideous, but it didn't work. I tried reloading. Swanee, here's the macro. Oop. The macro manager. I think everybody was watching that time to keep them from laying on hands. Ghosts need to sound ghostlier. Maybe Robert needs to process the normal human voice to be a little ghostier. How? What exactly does a ghost sound like? Probably got a little bit of like lizard meat. What are you talking about? Similar to how lizard meat tastes, I imagine. Ghosts sound like how lizard meat tastes. All right. $6" is $10 now. It took me a moment to figure out what you guys are talking about. Dalkron asked, is this a paladin? I'm playing a fighter, and we were just fighting a paladin. The 6" sub is $10? That is so crazy. Who would pay $10 for bread and lunch meat? That's a fair question. What does just bread and lunch meat run you these days in America? Yeah, Ali. No, it feels okay now. It feels like we're settled in. Cool. Yeah, it's funny. All right, so I just realized I'm reading chat. You guys are having discussions. I'm reading chat, but I'm not reading it out loud. So I'm like, in my head, there's a ton of conversation going on. On stream, it's probably pretty damn quiet. Sorry about that. My internal monologue is loud enough for me that I'm like, I was just having conversations and listening in and all sorts of shit. Red Bull stat. It's too late for that. It's too late. Mainly because I'm out. I'm out of caffeine. Shh, robot. I'm listening to the soothing sounds of combat. Hey, if you guys are enjoying the combat sounds, I will shut back up. Cool, I'm good then. Hey, if you guys are good with it, then I'll go back to just being silent. Works for me. The calming blob grunt. Nice. Let me go back to deleting shit from my inventory so I can move properly. On a positive note, I don't know if you could tell just from the fact that I've gone silent so many times in the last, what, hour and a half? I just I'm like zoned in, killing shit, having a good time. Like it just feels like playing a game to me. That's not bad. Very relaxing, this game, even when it's like, oh shit, a sexy Wednesday. I guess, Simon, I guess you could call it that. I wasn't necessarily thinking sexy as I played, but I guess I could see that. I was just thinking relaxing, but yeah, sexy work. Sexy work. Tupac Tuesday, Mystical Monday. No Limits Thursday. At 11 p.m. I've got one more minute. I rounded up, buddy. I'm not known for my accuracy here. Four-year-olds are brutal. Start playing the piano and mine said I was making his ears bleed. Sounds like my 4-year-old arguing about bedtime. Target said. You guys need to establish dominance. Establish dominance. Be like, listen, 4-year-old, I can destroy you. I brought you into this world, I can take you out. I am the absolute master of your existence, 4-year-old. My 2-year-old dominates the household. Yeah, well, you know, that sounds like a you problem. Establish dominance, Puddin'. Establish dominance. I don't think I could win every fight, but I know I can win a fight with a 2-year-old. Parenting tip from Sean is a platinum imminent tier member benefit. It's true. Oh, I should probably watch if he doesn't get that. Oh, wait, nice. We were spanked and our parents never had that problem. Dude, I did not screw around with Sergeant Lord. Best parenting tip from Sean is don't have kids. I would never say that. I think everybody should have kids if they're able to. You say that because you don't have a 2-year-old? They fight dirty? I would absolutely terrify the shit out of my kid. I'm not gonna lie to you. My 4-year-old really does enjoy watching the M&M gameplay. May give him a sub. Hey, Swanee. I'm starting to like your 4-year-old more already. Maybe he or she does have a point about your piano music. Will the German Tax Bureau ever let us sub again? When we start taking money in for the business, then basically I'll set the stream up to funnel the money directly to the business. And then, yeah. So when we go into early access, when we start taking sub cash, then I will reactivate subs and shit like that. Benefit of no subs, no ads. It's true. So maybe, yeah, maybe I won't ever pick up affiliate again. You do get that benefit. Funnel when talking about taxes. It's okay. They speak German. They'll never know what I'm talking about. Dear whatever the German version of IRS is, Darkest said. Well, you're gonna have to get a fax machine if you're gonna rat me out. It's Germany after all. You're hoping being a sub would be a sure shot of getting into closed alpha? Oh no. What we're gonna do, we'll just wait until closed alpha time and then we'll let you know. All you gotta do is pay us $150,000. We're playing the long game. That's where we're gonna get you. We're gonna trick you. You're gonna be so ready to go. Hey Valeroth, or a case of Red Bulls. I don't. There's a bit of a delta there. There's a $150,000 or a case of Red Bulls. Sean's joking. The price is measured in beef jerky. It's true. I can see $150,000 worth of beef jerky pretty easily. Shit's like 70 euro a kilo here. Price went up to 150,000. Nick was only charging 50. He was charging 50 for something else. My neck and my back. I'm suing for $150,000. We are waiting on Fiona to pop again. Fiona. She hits hard. Ooh, damn. In Tharish said, Robot been playing EQ beta. Apparently I never read the lore, realized divergence from when people in EQ1 try to save the buck truck and get some time and pop. Is that true? What do you mean by divergence? Like it created a new timeline? Was that always the case though? I could have sworn when it first came out it was just different time, not different timeline. Is Jason still in here? He can regale us with the lore. Yeah, what's going on? What items drop? Nick? Another cloak? Yeah, like a whole new convergence. Wasn't sure how much of that stuff was covered while y'all were developing Pop. That wasn't a factor in when we were making Pop. There was no thinking about EQ2 and its timeline. Jason says, EQ has some notable timeline changes from EQ1. I can't remember most of them, but they were laid out in a huge Excel spreadsheet. There's actually a specific point where it's essentially considered to be an alternate reality. Those of you that don't know, it'll be mentioned in our update that goes out tomorrow. Fireflight here is Fireflight from EQ2. He worked on EQ2 for what? Like close to 11 years? And he has joined us on the design side of things. Working on doing that. So since you'll get the update tomorrow, and I won't be streaming until Monday, you can welcome. There you go, Fielder. That's the spirit. Wait a second. Sorry, tomorrow is a leap day for you. Could I just go ahead and get the update today? It's tempting. It's tempting, but then I'd have to stop playing. Jason, I think he's referring to the early days when before scripting, where we used invisible men that we would place under the world to do random shit. Or sometimes they were in the world, depending on what they were being used for. For like a ring event, they would often be in the world because they would be used as spawn point. You told a friend of yours that story about NPCs underworld who uses scripting engines, broke his brain a little bit. Why? It makes perfect sense. Never forget the chaos audio sound of the bandit camps and Poodle Caverns on Luckland. I don't remember that at all. Oh man, yeah, it's an hour later for Ollie. Ollie's falling asleep. It is 12:20 for Ollie. And Ollie, do you have the day off tomorrow? You don't have the day off tomorrow, do you? Your weekend starts on Friday, not Thursday. Oh man, our healer's leaving. Or one of our healers is leaving. Current MMO I work on uses invisible NPCs to cast AoE spells at distance, so tactics still valid in more modern engines. We're using it too. We're doing a number of things like that. The way that we've set up certain things was just like, hey, why not just do it the same old hacky way that we did it 20 years ago? So. Justice Lad 15 says, what improvements and evolutions does this game make to the classic EQ formula game? A lot of it's there's a number of things that are subtle. Hold on, let me answer my group role. So it's taking a lot of the things that we liked, right? Like factioning with different factions and then leaning into it heavily. Religion wasn't used very much, so really sort of fleshing out a religion system and having that then work more with things like faction and you know, our progression. Keep it in mind, religion will work more like a faction in the sense that you can switch gods over time if you want. You can renounce your god and follow a different god. There's progression associated with it. If you look at the way our combat's structured, it's got a similar pace and feel. It's a little bit slower, a little bit more tactical, right? It's not like you're constantly popping cooldowns as soon as they're up. Like with those Crusaders, they've got LOH. Once you get a feel for like when they're gonna pop LOH, they cast a heal right before that, and if you can interrupt that heal, then it locks out their ability to cast the LOH. And so I've got a couple of opportunities to try to go or basically mitigate that. So like my kick, and use the kick, but it's there's a chance that that'll fail. So I was using Clobber. Clobber's got a longer cooldown, all right, 60-second cooldown. I've got a couple of like oh shit abilities or playmaker abilities that have got, you know, basically a 10-minute cooldown, right? So it's leaning into a lot of the stuff that we liked and basically pushing it a bit further, maintaining a lot of the thing, you know, in terms of feel and stuff. A lot of games ever since instances were added, what, in like Lost Dungeons, right? Like a lot of games you're running instances instead of like camping in a dungeon. We really like camping, and that's solid gameplay. But then you take something like camping, and we've just got multiple layers of conditions that we can run on it, right? So when we're outside, you'll see we've got 3 moons. Those moons have actual lunar cycles. We can have spawns be predicated based off of lunar cycles, season, you know, in-game time, you know, every 15 minute. What the weather is it storming, you know, all right, well then that may trigger the ability for there to be a different spawn or a different a change to the fishing tables, for example, right? So when people are like, how is this different? It's a lot of taking the shit that we like and just running with it deeper, or looking at some of the stuff that we like in like EQ or UO or whatever, one of those earlier games, and going, all right, what was the intent there? Can we make the intent? Like, can we really dig in and maybe nail their original intent better than they did, right? There's some weird stuff that we've added in as well. Oh, yeah. I'll finish this thought real quick and then we'll pull. Like we've got mud interactions, which are text-based environmental interactions. So there's like 20 verbs you can use: push, pull, taste, rub, right? Like, so you can do things like rub parchment and charcoal on an engraving that you happen to notice somewhere in here. It consumes those items, gives you a new item that you can then maybe use in a quest or whatever. So it's like higher level of interaction, but lower fidelity because it's text-based. Yeah, we'll have housing, caravans, shitload of weird trade skills. So it's kind of that. It's just like basically taking what we like and adding more of that. Yeah? So that's that. My group is waiting to pull, and I am done now. Thank you for waiting, group. Or actually, not pull. I guess we're gonna go in and then probably get offed. You're welcome, Justice Lad. Thank you for asking. You asked that earlier and I missed it. That was the question that I was trying to remember earlier. I was like, somebody asked a good question and I missed it. Ollie got 5 minutes of sleep during that. Who is 39 again? I'm ready. Stop engaging community. It's time to get sweaty. It's time to get keeled. Yeah. Well, I'm getting... I'm just getting flattened. All he said, well, shit, I fell asleep. Oops, I still had a mortal. Oh well. I still had a mortal from earlier. Here we go. Immortal is off, but Ollie is awake now. So that is the exchange. We found the bug, we think. Oh, there he goes. Now he's cast. And he killed me. He finally cast his spell. Maybe Robert can design a really annoying set of sounds that players can, in a group, can choose to toggle on, which other group members can blast. I think if it's you get to toggle it on, I think that's not a bad idea. Watching everybody else's health bars. All right, you guys get to choose. Monday. Should we gather folks to try to do another playtest, or do you want to actually see some work? 1 in chat for playtest, 2 in chat for work. Strong working than 1. There you go. Don't worry, Justin. Most people feel that way. You guys talk about good night, Ollie. You guys talk about a loot all button, but I was looting my corpse on my own, trying to play semi-legitimately. This guy he was dead in mini crypt with all the spiders, and I pulled my corpse to the zone line and forgot that there was a spider that spawns there. And I was sitting there watching a spider creep towards me as I'm looting my shit, thinking I might have to like run. So it just it was a good example of the tension that comes from not just getting a one-click solution. All right. All right, guys. It's 11:33. And that means that I've been streaming for 3 hours and 17 minutes. I am going to go ahead and wrap up for tonight, and then I will be back on Monday. The group has all bailed. Ollie's falling asleep, so let's say goodnight, and then I will see you guys on Monday. And I'll get that update out to you guys tomorrow. Good night, Fielder. Good night, Swanee. Good night, Phildane. Matrix Hunter. Garox, thank you for the follow. John, take care. Have a good weekend. See ya, Lich. Night, Nick. Inferdish. Have a good one. Tannhauser, see you. Justice Lad, thanks again for the question and your positive response to my answer. Thanks for the follow, and I will hopefully see you Monday. Ollie actually stepped at his keyboard, so that's a good sign for the game. Tannhauser, I think I might have already said it, but you and Dragon, take care. Jason, have a good one. Thulon, see you. Brent Copeland, yeah, and I'll see if I can get the team back on voice for upcoming stream sometime soon. Just a couple of, some folks are sneaking and doing this while they work and stuff. Chinny D, good to see you, buddy. Brent, good night, if I didn't already say it. Corvid, Talet. Yeah, and Corbett, you should get 2 updates in your inbox. Or no, I'm gonna modify the update to, because we had some issues with her mail, so I never sent the last update to you guys on the mailing list. Monday, yes, Justin, Monday. See you, Darius. If you've already got a good one, have 2 good ones. Bill Dane, see you. Jump in, see you. Good night. Pirate Ike, take care. Is that everybody? All right. If that's pretty much everybody, then we're gonna wrap this up, and we'll see you on Monday. Everybody have a safe weekend. Hopefully, have a nice weekend. And yeah, man. See you then.